Hi everyone, welcome to today's webinar. My name is Anastasia Taganova and I'm the head of white label team at Tools for Brokers. As I said in the promo video, I work with different trading platforms and different kinds of brokers. And trust me, every broker, no matter their size, faces the same critical, I would say, question, like how do we ensure fast and reliable trading infrastructure? The thing is that this meaning of reliable trading infrastructure contains several aspects. It can be fast and reliable execution. It can be a proper liquidity management. It can be a smooth A and B book management, different aspects. And this is where today's topic, the Fix API platform, comes in. Fix API itself isn't new, and it's been the backbone of institutional traders, for decades. But what's changing is how brokers can use it now, not just for executing trades, but actually build a stronger business. But before we start, let me please give a brief introduction of our company, Tools for Brokers. We are the leading technical provider, and this year we have the 15th birthday. For this 15th year, we've opened 5 offices worldwide, and the latest one was launched last year in Dubai. What we do is we're already enhancing our TFB ecosystem, the main product, of course, trade process liquidity bridge. We also have PAM system and toolbox with over, if I'm not mistaken, 30 plugins and applications for MT4 and MT5. Okay, so today we'll break it, I think, all down, and by the end of the session, you'll understand what is the Fix API platform, how does it work, who uses that, and what can be the reasons for that, what's needed to start, and one block will be specifically dedicated to the synergy between our trade process liquidity bridge and Fix API platform in there. And I'll repeat once again, just because time is the most precious resource for everyone, this session will take 20-30 minutes. And if you think that some aspects were not covered fully or you have just questions, we can proceed after the webinar and schedule another individual session. Okay, so we'll start our first block. We'll cover some basics. It will be useful, especially for those who are not yet familiar enough with the Fix API process or procedure. But when I started to prepare for the webinar, I wanted to find this, compelling and motivating story of success when Fix API system really helped to a broker. I found one. It was a showcase of a hedge fund, of course, anonymous, but still. And it mentioned that this hedge fund managed to reduce its trade execution by almost 40% after switching to Fix API-based system or Fix API platform. So this not only improved their trading performance, but also gave them, significant edge in highly competitive markets. And it's one more reason why this topic is relevant. So, some basics. Fix API, or Financial Information Exchange API, is a universal messaging protocol that enables seamless communication between trading systems, liquidity providers, exchanges. And you may think of Fix API as a language that trading systems use to talk to each other. And in the Forex world, where every millisecond really counts and matters, Fix API allows brokers to execute trades at a lightning speed, have access to real-time market data, and build so-called custom trading strategies if we talk about algo trading. Fix API platform is a technology solution that helps brokers to manage their Fix API connections, and it also allows them to provide Fix API access to clients, to share Fix sessions, aggregate or create own liquidity and execute order efficiently, manage risk and execution settings. So for brokers using Fix API platform, it means that they do not have to build the whole Fix infrastructure from scratch, because it's already almost a ready-made solution based on a Fix API. And now, following this scheme, we may see that it has 3 main steps, like how does it work? It's input, processing, and execution. So it takes orders from the traders, finds the best liquidity, for example, and ensures smooth and fast execution, as if it was a plane who took passengers and find the best route for landing. But basically that's, and you may agree that it's the same logic as with the traditional trading platform, but we actually are meeting the step of from this chain of this trading platform. And in this case, what it gives us a better speed of execution. So the step could have been somewhere in between step 1 and step 2 for this trading platform. And now, who might use this fixed API platform? Surprisingly, but almost all types of brokerages, retail, liquidity providers, prime of prime, hedge funds, and all of them have their reasons for that. Of course, first of all, fixed API platform, it's about speed, and it's about the substitution of a traditional trading platform. So, for example, for retail brokers, it's about attracting institutional or professional traders who use their own boards, algo trading solutions. They don't really need this trading platform. Liquidity providers and prime of prime brokers, they need fixed platform for liquidity management to create own liquidity or aggregate. So it can be like aggregate liquidity from several resources using a bridge like trade processor, for example. They can then distribute this liquidity downstream to their own clients, and in this case, they act as a market maker. For hedge funds, there are also a few reasons of using fixed platform. Of course, it's about substitution, and just because if we talk about hedge funds, there is no manual trading as it is. They also use robots or algo traders in strategies. In this case, it's maybe convenient, or it's a good way to adapt these robots to fixed API standards and just again avoid the necessity of having a trading platform. And in case it's important for a hedge fund to have multiple liquidity providers just in one hub, again, fixed platform is of use because it can be one port of connection to many liquidity providers. So there is no need to establish a new connection every time because it can be just time consuming. Okay, now that we know who can use that, how the general process may look like, let's discuss what's needed to start. Imagine that after this webinar, you decided that you definitely need it. So what's next? What's the next step? There are 4 main elements in order to prepare this environment. First of all, it's called fix engine or margin engine, the heart of the platform, and this is the software that basically understands this fix language. So you may think of it as a broker's brain for handling fixed messages. Then this fix engine should have fast and reliable server infrastructure just to host it. There would be required to have a team who will assist you with the installation, the setup, customization of the platform, and make it the way you want, and make it work with your existing trading system. And of course, there should be any liquidity provider connection in case you're not the one filling orders. You just need a connection. So for these steps, and of course, several steps like number 2, 3, 4, it's possible to do by yourself, and overall, the whole 4 steps are okay. But it's also possible to find a ready-made solution. As I mentioned previously, fixed platform itself was based or built under the fixed API. And a fixed platform also requires some extra developments or requirements. And this is where we are coming to the block where we'll get to know with this synergy of fixed API platform and a trade processor liquidity bridge. Trade processor itself is, what is it? It's a comprehensive liquidity management solution. It acts as a bridge between your trading platform and the liquidity providers, and it handles order routing, risk management, trading execution, and many other aspects. And the fixed API platform is just one of its key components within the trade processor that allows brokers to offer direct fixed API access to clients via the fixed protocol or REST API. So just to highlight, there are 2 ways of connection or integration your solutions and the fixed platform. That's a fixed protocol, a standard one, and the REST API. Let's discuss briefly how a basic setup of a fixed platform looks like and how it is different or similar to the setup of any other trading platform like MetaTrader, for example. So step number one is the platform creation. platform creation within the interface of the trade processor. Within the step 2, technical setup, we establish the connection, do the connection settings, account statement generation, and etc. All this stuff. Step number 3, trading setup, which includes the creation of fixed sessions, creating accounts within these fixed sessions. And it's important to know that one fixed session may have, of course, multiple accounts in there, and one account can be created to several fixed sessions. Then we can manage account balance, create symbols, but we will talk a bit later about that. And step number 4, execution and feeding configuration. Completely the same, the logic the same as with the configuration of MT5. Execution configuration is about creating this LP, routing to any aggregation pool if needed, or create aggregated pools of liquidity providers, route them to different symbols, accounts, groups with specific execution settings. The feeding configuration is about linking your LP to different feeding pools to provide best market depth, best quotes, and then linking to a platform. So as you may see, it has really the same logic as with any other trading platform. No rocket science. Now let's briefly cover the key components of fixed platform. There are 2 main components, which are called margin engine and a web cabinet. And you may think of it as a back-end and front-end of the platform. So margin engine has several tabs in the interface of the trade processor, responsible for different functions, which you may see on the screenshot. Thus, it allows to, first of all, create and manage fixed sessions, then create trading accounts and configure them, manage their balance, because it's possible to do the deposit and withdrawal operations there, configure symbols, do the symbol mapping, set up swaps, create leverage profiles, and you may create several leverage profiles with different settings, and then assign this profile to a particular account. Set up commissions on the symbol, and some other functions, which I'll cover maybe later. So as you see, the fixed platform has a basic and essential functionality of any traditional platform. So something that is really, really required. Web cabinet, or fixed cabinet, how we call it. It has 2 main functions, which is indeed trading within a fixed session. So it's possible to trade within this front end. And of course, viewing trading statistics for a fixed session. So how it looks like, how it works. Once the fixed session is created, an account, there are credentials. With these credentials, you can log in to this cabinet, web cabinet, and either trade or just monitor what's going on. It's possible to track deals, orders, swaps, to get the swap reports, manage accounts, because you can even switch on the fly between among trading accounts. So a typical client terminal, again with some essential functionality. So the platform scheme, I would say it looks like this. So there is a margin engine, which is connected to a trade processor, and there are 2 ways how the trading can look like, either from the web cabinet, and no trading platform is needed at all, or this fixed session that you will be sharing with your clients. There are two sessions within one, like trading and feeding. You share with your clients, and they are connected for their trading solutions to this margin engine. Another feature of fixed API platform is called mirroring account. What it is? So in case it's important or just convenient for clients to check trading activity in the MetaTrader, in the MT5 interface, there is a possibility to configure a so-called MT5 mirroring account. In this case, any execution report, like a deal, which is received by a fixed API platform account, will be sent to MT5. In this case, of course, it will be displayed as a deal in the MT5, but we need to understand this. This MT5 account will have only read-only or view-only mode. It will not be possible to trade or do any alterations with the deals, but just to monitor it. But still, a useful feature. And now we are almost coming to the end. I promised you 20-30 minutes. So let's wrap things up by looking at this, key advantages of the platform in a close synergy with the trade processor and why it's a must-have for different market players like hedge funds, liquidity providers, prime of prime, and retail brokers. So let's briefly cover maybe some of them. Risk management. Whether you're a hedge fund, liquidity provider, just a broker, managing risk efficiently is a must-have, something that everyone wants. And TP offers built-in risk controls to protect your business from excessive exposure and market fluctuations. Low latency. Reason number one why brokers might be interested in fixed connection. So speed is everything in trading, and with fixed API platform, orders are processed in milliseconds and less, ensuring that traders get the best execution possible, especially if it's high-frequency traders and algorithmic strategies. One connection or one point of access. What does it mean? So as I mentioned, a trade processor has an integration with more than 100 different liquidity providers. It means that once a client is interested in connecting 2 or 3 LPs, which are already in this pool, the connection will take like minutes, and to configure everything like a couple of days. And especially it's a good thing for hedge funds if they want to connect multiple liquidity providers. So again, it's a time-consuming and convenient to switch between different LPs or aggregate them as well. Next feature, A and B book management. So for brokers, balancing risk between A and B book is critical, and fixed API platform helps just automate this process, ensuring optimal trade routing and risk diversification. Besides, in the trade processor interface, we have at least 3 different tabs or features which were created specifically for this switching between A and B in case of, high volatility, like news time, etc. So if you haven't yet tested, that's a sign to do that. Web cabinet or fixed cabinet for management. Unlike traditional API solutions that require, I would say, heavy, maybe IT involvement or development, our fixed API platform provides this user-friendly interface, and it allows brokers not only to trade, like to have this basic trading activity, but also to view it, to manage, without any coding. So you have this simple version of a trading platform, and maybe it will save your cost a lot. Another feature is the MT5 mirroring account. For those who stick to the interface of MT5 and still like it, there is a possibility to create this mirroring account. And of course, direct market access, DMA, for institutional clients and professional traders. It ensures that they can interact with the market without any intermediaries, and reducing, of course, costs and improving the quality of their trading. So that's the summary, and it doesn't matter whether you're a hedge fund, whether you're retail or LP managing institutional flow. A fixed API is something like your, infrastructure powerhouse. Thus, I really encourage you to test it and see for yourself how effective it can be specifically for you, because it has many features. You might not need all of them, but some of them would be that useful that you need this fixed API platform. Sorry. So on this encouraging note, I conclude the first part of the webinar, and we move on to your questions. Okay, I got the first question. To be honest, I expected that. Sorry for not mentioning it during the presentation. The question is execution speed of fixed API. It depends. So first of all, platform may have several fixed sessions within one platform. One single order can be executed within 1-2 milliseconds, which is already 2-3 times faster than MT5, and I guess 3-5 times faster than MT4 execution. One fixed session, like single fixed session, may execute around 250 orders per second. Can I get the platform document? Absolutely. I would kindly to contact me after the webinar, or I will try to find your email and I will share the documentation later. Another question, what kind of data can I track about the platform performance. I can tell maybe three elements, three, I would say, tabs, which would be interesting to track. First of all, within the trade processor, there is a tab which is called telemetry, where it is possible to check the status of all the liquidities which are connected, and the status of the platform, like how whether there is an optimal work and stable environment of it. It's just some basic performance. Within the fixed cabinet, the web cabinets that I mentioned, it is possible to check like general statistics, deals, orders, swap reports, accounts, symbols, configurations. In the fixed platform settings and configuration, there is a tab which is called margin info. In this tab, there are parameters like floating, profit, margin, equity, like all these parameters in real time can be tracked. And three more tabs, again, in the interface of the trade processor. There is exposure, positions, like for open deals to track, trading history for closed ones, and, well, telemetry I mentioned. It's not just the report of all your closed and open deals. No, for each position, like for each deal, there are, if I'm not mistaken, like more than 30 parameters to check. Whether there is slippage, what is the execution request time, what's the markup, what is the delay, like millions, well, not millions, 30 and 40. Oh, a good question. Can a beginner understand it easily? I'm a beginner, so it took me maybe 1 year in the company to understand like fully how it works. Especially, well, if you are not new to the industry like me, you will understand it way faster. Again, when you're using our TP or the fixed cabinet, you are not alone. We have our support team 24/7 who is ready to consult you on every button, on every parameter. And you are also having our dedicated success manager who is responsible for your education. So even if you are new to the industry, even to the fix platform, the manager will help you to understand it like fully from A to Z. Okay, and the last question, I guess, can I have fixed API platform without trade processor? No. Fixed API platform is inseparable from the trade processor. They always go together because, as I mentioned, all the setup which is done about the fixed platform is done within the interface of the TP of the trade processor. So they go together. And believe me, you will not regret having the bridge, because that's the product that we are really proud of. Thank you very much for joining this webinar. Again, you can contact us after that. You may find me in LinkedIn or just send a message to our common email. Any questions or any elaborations, I would be more than happy to assist. Once again, thank you so much for joining that, spending half an hour of your time with me. So have a nice day, have a nice week. Bye-bye.